You just posted. Your finger hovers over the screen. You know you shouldn't check, but you do anyway. 3 seconds later, you're back. Then again, and again. Welcome to the refresh anxiety spiral, the psychological trap that turns every post into a dopamine slot machine, and you into the gambler who can't walk away. By the end of this video, you'll understand why your brain does this, why it feels so intense, and why you're about to share this with everyone who needs to know they're not alone. Let's be honest, you've done this. You post something, a photo, a thought, a joke you think is clever. You hit share, and immediately the countdown begins, not on the app, in your mind. 5 minutes feels like 5 hours. You tell yourself you'll wait, you'll be cool about it, you'll check casually later, but your thumb has other plans. It opens the app before your brain even registers the decision. 0 likes, panic. 1 like, relief, but who was it? 2 likes. Okay, this might be okay. You close the app, 30 seconds pass, you open it again. Still 2 likes. Why isn't it moving faster? This isn't just you being vain or insecure. This is your brain responding exactly as it was designed to, just not for the world we live in now. Here's where it gets darker. Spiral isn't just about checking once or twice. It's about the pattern that emerges, the compulsion that builds, the way it hijacks your entire afternoon. You're at dinner with friends, but you're not really there. You're wondering if that post is performing. You're in a meeting, phone face down on the table, but your mind is face up in the notifications. You're trying to sleep, but your brain is calculating engagement rates. And here's the cruelest part. The more you check, the worse it feels, because each refresh without new validation reinforces the anxiety. Each minute that passes without the response you hoped for feels like social rejection in real time. You start bargaining with yourself. If this gets 50 likes, I'm good enough. If it doesn't, maybe I should delete it. Maybe I should never post again. A single social media post has become a referendum on your worth. So, what's actually happening in your brain? Let's talk about the neurochemistry of the spiral. When you post something, you're not just sharing content, you're creating what psychologists call an uncertainty gap. And your brain absolutely hates uncertainty. Your ventral striatum, the brain's reward center, activates in anticipation. It releases dopamine, not when you get the likes, but in the anticipation of getting them. This is the same mechanism that makes gambling addictive. It's the maybe that hooks you, not the yes. Meanwhile, your amygdala, the fear center, is also firing. Because posting is vulnerable. You've put something of yourself out there, and now you're waiting for judgment. This creates a neurochemical cocktail of excitement and anxiety that's genuinely uncomfortable to sit with. Your prefrontal cortex, the rational part of your brain, knows checking won't make likes appear faster, but it's overruled by the limbic system screaming for resolution. The only way to resolve the uncertainty is to check. So you do. And briefly, the anxiety eases. But here's the trap. That brief relief reinforces the checking behavior. You've just taught your brain that checking reduces anxiety. So next time, you'll check sooner and more often. The spiral tightens. But there's something deeper happening here that we need to talk about. This isn't just about brain chemistry. It's about vulnerability. Every post is an act of courage, even if it doesn't feel that way. You're saying, here's what I think, what I made, what I look like, what matters to me, and then waiting to see if the world agrees. That's terrifying. Even if it's just a meme. Even if you tell yourself it doesn't matter. The refresh anxiety spiral is your brain's way of trying to protect you from that vulnerability. By checking constantly, you're trying to control the uncontrollable. You're trying to manage the emotional risk you took by posting in the first place. And when the validation comes, when the likes roll in, when the comments are kind, it's not just dopamine. It's relief. It's the feeling of being seen and accepted, of taking a risk and having it pay off. That's why it matters so much. So, what do you do with this information? First, understand that this is normal. You're not broken. You're not uniquely insecure. You're a human being with a human brain in a digital environment that exploits every vulnerability that brain has. Second, recognize the pattern. Awareness is the first step to breaking any compulsion. Next time you post, notice the urge to check. Notice how it feels in your body. Notice the stories your mind tells about what the numbers mean. Third, experiment with delay. Not because checking is bad, but because you deserve to know you can tolerate the uncertainty. Set a timer. Wait 30 minutes, an hour. Notice that the anxiety peaks, and then, surprisingly, it passes, even without checking. And finally, remember that the numbers don't measure what you think they measure. They measure timing, algorithms, and luck as much as quality or worth. Your value isn't determined by how quickly strangers validate you on the internet. And here's the meta moment. If you found this video relatable, you're probably going to share it, and then you're going to check to see how it performs. And that's okay. That's human. The goal isn't to never care about engagement. It's to understand why you care, to be gentle with yourself about it, and to remember that your worth exists independent of the validation. If this resonated with you, share it with someone who needs to hear it. Not for the algorithm, not for the likes, but because understanding this pattern is the first step to having a healthier relationship with the platforms that have become such a huge part of our lives. You're not alone in the spiral. None of us are. And maybe that's the most important thing to remember when you're staring at your phone at 2 a.m., wondering why that post isn't performing the way you hoped. You're human, and that's more than enough.